30 million year old coral limestone. So it's coral reefs, and it's broken down, and it's one of the best sources of limestone for agricultural uses and buildings. The pyramids were built out of it. It lasts, it's very easy to cut. You do get a bit of shells in it, but very little. Occasionally you'll find fossils. Shark's tooth, you'll get quite a lot of shark's teeth, but I've never found one. Go and do a one-day course. They're run in Bulleen Art and Garden. I used to do them, but Jenny Whiteside does them now. And you can come there with absolutely no idea and go away with a sculpture. 90% of the people that come say, I haven't got a creative bone in my body, and when they go away they're very delighted they found they have got one. I've taught a lot of people. A good percentage of them have actually taken up sculpture full-time, in that they're not working at it full-time, but they've actually become serious sculptors, and a lot of them are exhibiting here today. But the thing is, you don't have to be a sculptor, you have to enjoy what you're doing. And a lot of retired people, particularly women, have taken it up and thoroughly enjoying themselves. And they just make a lot of sculptures and give them to their kids and all that sort of thing. But it's a medium that's easy to do. If you want to learn about sculpture, well, you just pick up the tools and go. I'm self-taught. For this stone, just basic. I usually suggest to people that they go to a second-hand shop and buy second-hand carpentry tools. The stone comes from Bulleen Art and Garden in Melbourne. They stock it, but it originally comes from Mount Gambier. The blocks we're using today are $22 each, but if you go down to Mount Gambier, you'll get them for $3. But it's all cartage because they're full of water, so they're very heavy.
I'm Jenny Whiteside. I'm a stone carver. The stone I'm actually carving is alabaster. I import my stone from Canada, but I believe this stone comes from either Japan or China. It's a fairly soft stone as far as hard stone is concerned. What I do is I rough it out, generally with pneumatic chisels and hand chisels like this, and then I do some rasping to make it nice and smooth. And my final process is a wet sand. I start off with 80 grit sandpaper and finish off with about 1200, so it's nice and smooth and velvety to touch. And at that point I will then put some polish on it, which makes it protects the stone and gives it a lovely luster and colour. It's absolutely beautiful stone. It comes into a caramel colour. It's also a very translucent stone, so when you put light through it you can actually see all the defects and the makings of the stone. It's really, really quite a beautiful colour.
I'm working on a piece of Mount Gambier limestone here. It's nice and soft and easy to work with. I just mainly work with simple organic forms, abstract forms. I like the simple flowing lines, and I think the stone suits that. So I have a rough idea when I start out and do a rough sketch on the block, and then it sort of develops from there. If you try to make it too thin, it can break. But I tend to have fairly simple sort of solid sort of shape, so I haven't had anything break on me. But they can. When you're working on a piece, you often you work on the shape as much by feel as by looking at it. Sometimes it looks okay, but you can feel a bump and bits that need to be refined just by touch. So it's always good to keep running hands over it and feeling the curves and